What up, YouTube Flash Speaks, man? This is kind of like part two to what I put out about the Marvels movie. I just wanted to say something, a few other things that I didn't really get a chance to say in that video because they didn't come to mind. And this is regarding what's happening just in general with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Hollywood in general, and society seem to be going this way of, wokeness and feminism and people who have a problem with it. I didn't mean to offend anyone in the last video. If I did, that isn't really my aim. But I do need you to understand, okay? Calm down. It's gonna be all right because you have to understand something about this particular society that we're in, the way it is. This society has ADD, okay? Our culture has ADD. We're not really a culture of traditionalists. We're a culture of pop culture. Pop short for popularity, meaning the flavor of the month. What's happening, what's in right now is not it later. But despite that, our culture has a way of things going full circle. Let me use, for example, sneakers, for example, okay? Back in the early 1970s, 80s, or whatever, sneakers were pretty much all white. Tennis shoes, they weren't used. They were only used for like going out and playing basketball, playing tennis, running, whatever. They were actually called tennis shoes. All right. And then later you had the revolution of the sneakers with Michael Jordan. First puts out the Jordan 1s. All right, so you got those. Then you get the Patrick Ewers, and then you get the Bo Jackson, and you get the AGCGs, and so on and so forth. Sneakerheads understand what I'm talking about, right? And then later on, sneakers are able to be used can be worn to work, with a suit, all of those things, right? But they went through different stages and phases. And the way our culture is, if the Jordan 1s came out in, let's say, 84, you wear those right now. By 87, people looking at you like, yo, you need to be up on the 2s and 3s, right? We don't wear those 1s anymore. They played out. And then a few years later, the new ones from 87 are played out in 92. Air Force 1s are played out. Patrick Ewers are played out in the 2000s. But then what happens? So much so after a certain amount of time, they start to bring them back as what? Retrograde. So people now wearing Jordan 1s again. Right? It goes full circle. So what I'm saying is, bro, be patient. I know right now they putting out a lot of stuff that seems feminist. They just putting out a lot of stuff with LGBT content on it. Now, what I'm not gonna get with you with is this whole idea that certain people are being hired only because of their race and ethnicity. I don't believe that is a bunch of nonsense. All right, because I don't know what you want. You want every character to be a white male. No, there's going to be black characters. There's going to be Chinese characters. There's going to be Asian characters. You shouldn't be assuming that people are only getting the role because they're not white or something like that. That I don't get what you with that. But when it comes to the other stuff, like I'm just saying, be calm, be patient, be patient. Right now, the flavor of the month, is is the women. That's what they think they're going to go with for whatever reason. I guess it's because in the society you got, the Me Too movement, you got all these different things happening. So art oftentimes will reflect that. It is the way it is. It's not going to last forever. It'll come full circle again. Believe me. Or when it comes full circle again, it'll be in a way that kind of pleases everybody. Because that's just the nature of this society. It's ADD. They never stay with any particular model forever, right? Be patient with the stuff you might not like too much. But, don't go, you ain't got to go on your channel saying this is the end of the world as we know it, or society is going to degrade into, this and that. Now, society is going to do that, but it won't be because of what's in a damn Marvel movie. Okay, that won't be the reason why society is going to degrade. They're going to come back to these characters that you love and that you know. I don't love everything they're doing, like not recasting T'Challa. in Black Panthers is the one thing is almost unforgivable to me. I thought it was horrible. They were going with the emotionalism of some people, and why would you do that? And then you got to do it to Black Panther of all of them. Like, you know, I done seen 50 different. I done seen 4 or 5 different Spider-Mans. I don't know how many different Batmans. I don't know how many different Supermans. But Black Panther though, nobody can be Black Panther except Chadwick Boseman. Really? That's what we doing? Ah, boy. I don't know. I know they do some annoying things, right? Black Widow is like almost, I don't see the difference between her and Captain America. Like as far as their abilities and powers. One had to be, shot up with a serum or, you put in the chamber and transformed into a super soldier. The other one just received training. It seems like they do the same damn thing. I mean, they got this woman hanging from airplanes and hanging from helicopters and jumping onto flying apparatuses and everything else. I get it, okay? Some of the stuff is annoying. But remember, man, it's movies, it's television, it's Hollywood, okay? And Hollywood follows the flavor of the month. At one time, the flavor of the month in Hollywood, and this is where I find I'm probably a lot better equipped to deal with some of the stuff than some others, is that I know what Hollywood is, bro. I know what Hollywood is. Do you know that the first Hollywood blockbuster of all time, the first one, was a movie called Birth of a Nation? Birth of a Nation, guess who the hero was in Birth of a Nation? The hero was the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan, all right? I don't think I gotta get into who they are, right? Do you know who the villain was in the movie, The Birth of a Nation? Yeah, yours truly. People like myself, black men. The plot was black men were going around, and they actually were played by white men in blackface, okay? So black men were going around pillaging, stealing, raping the white woman, which is to them, that's the most sacred of all things you can't do. So in comes what, the Ku Klux Klan to come and save the day. That was the plot of the first Hollywood blockbuster. Okay? So I of all people understand that Hollywood is about the flavor of the month. Because back then, see, being woke, back then, for them, was stopping black people from taking over the country. At least that's the bull bleep they were pumping out there. Okay? In the 90s, being woke was looking out for terrorists. That's why you saw in movies like True Lies, the villain was the Crimson Jihad, right? This Muslim group that don't talk like Muslims. They don't do what Muslims do or anything like that. No Muslims ever seen these types of people. But that's what Hollywood had. Then you got the movie, the Task Force or the Delta Force with Chuck Norris. And the villain is this Muslim sheikh that nobody ever talks like. This guy's walking around talking about Allah told him to take over the world, and then he goes and prays, and no Muslim prays the way he prayed. So that's what Hollywood does. They give you the flavor of the month. So what we're saying is, just be patient. You'll get what you're looking for. It's just that right now they're going through a particular fad. They're going through a particular phase. They're putting out certain types of movies. They're putting out certain types of shows. They got stuff in it nobody wants to see. And they'll see when they're making less money, when they're getting less support, when they're getting less of a fandom, that, okay, they're going to look at the bottom line and realize, okay, we got to go back to the good stuff that people like. And that's pretty much the way it works. But I don't see no reason to be tripping out and acting like the world is about to fall to pieces. I don't see I see the reason for it. Flavor of the month. Flavor of the month. All right. Peace.